So there we are. It's Wednesday, and we're back with some Cataclysm, everybody. Let's see who's still hanging out, and we're back with the Hobo Mage. We are studying magic in the Magiclysm, and we're doing funny things while doing so. The drugs and all the, what you can't do in Cataclysm and have some fun. At the end of the day, this is my hangout stream, and we're going to have a good time here. And let's see what this will all come down to tonight. Just wrestling a little bit with the techniques here in the background, putting up the chat and all. Hey, Elle. Hey, Poet. So happy to see you.
This is very personal.
Hey, this is indeed very personal. It's such a pleasure to see you, folks. And, the Wednesday ritual is establishing itself. Very happy. And regarding that, you told me about your sleep deprivation, Elle. Well, my family went over Easter to the grandparents, or my parents-in-law, and I'm all at home, ready for work. And, whenever that happens, I don't know, I don't sleep too well. So the end of the day is I got up like 3 hours earlier than my normal routine is, and I'm feeling very spaced out in regard of my sleep status, but it's the exactly perfect state of mind to play some Cataclysm, isn't it? So happy to have you folks. Let's descend into madness together. How about that? Alright. Last time we were running around, and I gotta say, Mage Dude is full of stuff. Dude has really just a whole grocery store in his pockets. Damn, man. And I thought I was a hoarder. In all seriousness, this guy is really packing a punch. There's the Chardonnay, there's the masala, there's the chewing gums for the good breath afterwards. I guess he banked it. So, like the bank, not the what you were thinking with your filthy mind, probably. Anyways, we're going to drop some resources back into the gas station, and we are basically running the gas station at the end of the world here. I like the idea of that. And it's being ran by a very inept and crap-shoddy mage. I feel like that's a very good synergy. It's like the Cataclysm should be, no? So that's my favorite crowd. Almost sleeping, but still around. I love you guys, seriously. Unironically. It's wonderful to come back to the streams and have some folks that come back regularly. I mean it, really. It's been working hard on a solution that works out regularly for me. So, speaking about regularly working, Mage Dude needs to get himself some job and get paid, and needs to get to work, and no, just joking. We need to have a workstation, though, and I had a brilliant idea. Originally, I wanted the mansion for Mage Dude. Then I realized the mansion's way too huge for a small hobo like Daniel Robinson. Then I moved over to the gas station. Then I figured the gas station is too small for the ambitions of a would-be mage. So I realized, why not take this entire region as my base? You know? Mages, they live off of megalomania and such, and there's no better time than the Cataclysm for megalomania. Now, in short, the idea of mine is that I'm using the mansion as my crafting space, and the gas station as my living area, I guess. I mean, I already got a pillow and a blanket in a cardboard box. How much cozier could it get in the Cataclysm, right, boys? And ladies, of course. Yeah, the category drop, you're right, Elle. I keep thinking that these aren't that many items that I would need them, and then I think like a few of them I need to keep in my inventory, and before I know what I'm doing, my fingers have already cherry-picked the items, and I usually use the category drop for books, though. I find it really precious for that. So Mage Dude's mansion is going to stink in a couple of days. Quite literally. What are we going to do? Anybody knowing how to resolve a pile of bodies in your front yard without too much work? The solution is simple, but we can't do it yet. Fireball. Damn, man. At the end of the world, you can't even fireball. All you can do is aura of protection, orb of light, sound bomb, knowing the day and the hour. Mages, back in the day before smartphones have been invented. Teaching us useless spells now. Okay. Cynical remarks aside, the workstation area, how are we going to dangle that up? I think don't you guys think that this is a good spot? I mean, we have a counter there. We have the kitchen around. We should be able to use this, right? Hey, Canton, hi there. Yeah, the clutteriness of this game is immense, if I know. It's just the problem that Cataclysm has, generally speaking. What's the 37 kilo on the guy right now? Must be all the crafting material, huh? Steel wires. Where does all the weight come from, Mr. Hobo Man? Alright, but we need to do this a little bit more systemical. We're going to go and be pragmatical and going to establish this kitchen as or base camp of sorts. And for the moment, we just drop all the crap that we don't need anymore on the kitchen counter and see where that'll get us. Medicinal stuff, not, because that's basically alchemy, and we all know how freaking important alchemy is if you're a mage. Simple. Then, we're going to drop the jammed Glock. The Glock of Doom. yeah, I had to do it once I had it in my mind. And the rest is just rocks in my hands. Great. So, what do we have here? It shows me that there is a book. Where's the book? Ah, the Oakfield Roadmap must be it, right? No. What's the book? Ah, the Book of Assays. Of course. You know, as a mage, Hobo Dude has a fixation on books. Books have to be with books. It's simple. How should it be different? And if a book is not with books, that is a violation of natural order for him. He's also carrying right now 70 kilos of books to the kitchen, wheezing like an animal, but sometimes a mage has to do what a mage has to do. I hope you guys are enjoying my roleplay narration here, because I gotta say, recently I'm having a really good time in terms of roleplaying and DMing and being creative in general. Really good stuff. Yeah, the item management, I think every Cataclysm player out there has their own specialized ritualism of habits how to handle this beast. I think no two players play this game alike. That's my thesis. Oh, damn, poet. That's been me the remaining part of the latter week. Damn. I feel you, man. Get well soon. It's a pain. I've been there the previous days too. It's been terrible. Having to work, I had to do some commissioned work, some stuff that's been actually being paid well. The best time in the year to be feeling cranky and unwell, I know. Then the family was moving around and getting ready for the short trip over Easter, and therefore had to do a little bit more there too. Whew, It's been quite a ride the previous days. Let's make a makeshift poncho out of a garbage bag. Come on, that's the that's the that's the drip of the cataclysm, boys. Damn. Hobo dude has to wear that. Come on, isn't that nice? He's also wearing 12 cigarette butts. Oh, where? We need to get rid of that stuff. I don't get it why we're wearing that stuff, but that's at least the total body count of cigarettes that Hobo Dude has destroyed so far. Quick, man. Take a smoke, but we forgot them at the gas station. Damn it. I find this to be one of the most ridiculous runs that I ever had in Cataclysm, and I find that one of the best runs in Cataclysm that I ever had. We'll use rotten ingredients, because I feel like that's the one thing that I constantly did wrong with that game. Taking it too flippin' serious, and trying too much to beat it. I'm trying to establish a fun story here, and learn tailoring with my garbage bag ponchos. Damn. Alright. Let's see if we can fetch up some more hobo gear. That's fitting for a mage. I mean, that's a robe, basically, no? You guys just didn't notice. But I did. Ripped jeans made out of jeans. How creative. We're learning something about tailoring this way, or not? Sock mitts. Seriously? I'm learning survival by putting 2 socks over my finger. Oh, well, okay, sure. I'm down. Oh yeah, the batch crafting is useful. I'm running around with that whenever whenever I do bigger mounts. Currently, I'm just just doing a little bit of a fun craft ride here. So survival is on 1. Tailoring is only on 8%. Shame. You can't just learn that little from... Okay. Whatever. So, a blindfold. The blindfold is a real fun one. I'll show you magic. So, at the first moment, it's a scarf. And the next moment... it's a blindfold, and then it's a scarf again. The result? Tailoring XP. Magic. I'm here for the magic. I mean, I'm role-playing a wizard, and here's the tailoring magic. It's just basically imagining that the scarf is suddenly a blindfold, and he's putting I love these low-level crafting recipes and how you get the experience there. It's totally crazy and doesn't make any sense, but I like the effort. Jokes aside, this is getting us somewhere. We need to learn tailoring at the end of the day. Duct tape wallet? I'm down. You're right about that, Al. You're damn right about that. But guess what? Mage dude ain't smart enough yet to make a duct tape wallet. I mean, it's a 28% failure chance. I have 20 charges, so let's take it as a study project. I like the way you're thinking. I like where this is going. So we're going to make more of these. I'm using this sparingly though. Duct tape is quite the precious material. Fabrication 1. Did I already go past the now we're past it. You know, duct tape is pretty precious. It's hard to reproduce. I mean, it's lying around in every household, but currently we need to fight open all these households, and I'm not there yet. So there we go. What else? I mean, at the end of the day, biggest problem that we currently got is that I think my toolbox is limited. I have a hammer, though. It's already pretty good. I don't have a multi-tool yet, though. That's nonsense. And thus, the hobo man went forth to find his magic wand, multi-tool. It's the same, basically. But in modern days, not having a multi-tool, the modern cataclysm, it's unthinkable. Oh, a laptop. Last time I was around there, I didn't have my trusty duffel bag on my back. Hello there. Ah, well, I already jammed one gun. Time to jam yet another gun. I don't think that there's a problem with the with changing a running system. We shouldn't do that, right? Okay, plastic painkillers, codeine, wonderful. But jokes aside, this is exactly the right moment to come back here. Oh, come on, don't give me those failures. Don't want to talk about that here. Chewing gum. Oh, by the way, chewing gum here. I wanted to give this man sort of a chewing gum addiction. I found that to be a fun thing. Somebody running around who's either consuming constantly drugs or having to have some taste in his mouth. It's basically ADHD mage dude. Give him a break. He's not doing this on purpose, right? So there's the good stuff. There's the good stuff. This guy has a lot of good things. Zipper bags with pemmican. That's not the stuff that you expect when you're looking in a zipper bag, right? So there we go. Flyers. No multi-tool. Could that really be? We slew all those monsters and nobody of them has a multi-tool. Pretty rare. Only one of them has one. Pretty common overall. Folding knife. Well, there we go. Not of finding that over a multi-tool. I bet there's one in the mansion too somewhere. If the line of corpses doesn't provide, we're going back to the mansion. Oh yeah, Shift V is another nice one. I keep forgetting. Thanks, mate. That's items. No, there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That doesn't look like there's one around. Okie dokie. So, well, I gotta say, this has been a pretty good haul overall. So let's take the casual entries way to our current base. I'll be setting up a proper sorting system anytime soon, but not on a day where I feel so freaking underslept. I beg thee forgiveness. This place will be sorted out another day, alright? I know how these things work, but I don't want to set it up just today. Okay, I want to be unloading these first aid kit boxes. I don't like the containers flying around, not showing what's inside there. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with the IFAK thingy there. No empty, no pockets that don't show me what's in there. Okay, now that's better. Let's put the entire drug thing there. See, me using the proper things. And let's pick up what we're needing for the everyday uses here. Antiseptic and the gummy vitamins. Very, very important. Don't go without your vitamins. Oh, I'm having such a good time with this one. I'm really happy that I finally found a character concept that somewhat carries me through the Cataclysm. If that makes any sense. It's a great game, but you really have to find something that gets you through the tough parts of it. Okay. Book pile. Let's go and read that one. Hey, Paperboy, so glad to see. The basement ain't clear yet, El. And with the torso HP on my good friend here, I don't want to. He's also not really armored. He might have the sick drip now, the Cataclysm makeshift poncho out of a garbage bag drip. That doesn't protect from zombies either. We're lucky they're just standing there one turn and all before they rip them apart. The poncho, of course, to wear it themselves. Just nonsense in my mind today. Alright, let's check back with the kitchen. Kitchens often have multi-tools. There's a hammer, garbage bags, paper, office scissors, matchbook. I mean, I could also use the search function. That way we're boring. I'll only do that if I don't find anything. Coffee mugs. I'm a very big fan of browsing through that. It gives me the same feeling as if I go through a household. Do you guys know that feeling when you're moving through a household that ain't yours and you're opening drawers and such? It's a very fulfilling feeling. That's all I say. Okay, this kitchen isn't doing it. But luckily a mansion has several kitchens. Are you guys kidding me? Ah, well. Let's just go the ADHD way and just pick up whatever we find. Birth control pills. That will be coming in useful one day. Some H-dude can't be pregnant, you know? You gotta be taking responsibility and everything. So, there's quite a lot of things. Moisturizers. Those are new items. Last time I was playing, they weren't around. I mean, with these areas here, you get back to these back and forth. I mean, I've seen many players just lumping everything in a house like that on one big pile, non-contextual. But I've never been a big fan of that, because I really like to have a mind map of sort of my base, where I sort of like think about where's everything. I mean, like I said, no two people play this game the same way. It's my hypothesis here. Well, glad that we're enjoying this particularly similar. I was also the other day amusedly reading your rantings about the game, and I was reading that and I was thinking, yeah, that could have been me. Just the same type of nerd rage that fulfills me from time to time. I feel you. So only because I don't always answer doesn't mean that I don't read. Been very busy for the last couple of days, but I'm always around on the Discord. Okay, I mean that's ooh, drinks, sports drinks, nice. That's the kind of stuff that a mage dude loves. I mean, this whole run is just one big, huge roleplay session, basically. I love it. mean, that's basically also what I did back when I started my Rimworld gameplays. They were exactly the same, and they were exactly as successful as this playthrough is. I don't know. The internet doesn't really want to have just satisfying gameplays. It's a very you guys are a very chosen bunch enjoying this. I'm glad you're around. Because Mage Dude looked into the garbage can, he found a gallon jug with 105 units of cheap wine. You see? That's why we're playing this. And if you don't get it, I pity you. Anyways, we got a nice freezer of other alchemical substances here. So let's see, how much can Mage Dude carry in one haul? He can carry the entire capacity of that freezer. You know, I made him particularly good at carrying many things, because I figured if we are role-playing a mage, we are role-playing a hoarder. All mages are notorious hoarders in my book. I shouldn't be taking every time a standard package of medical things. We are looting the medical things non-stop here. So, yeah. How's been your week? I'm frantically looting a mansion. And enjoying myself massively while doing so. See you soon, Poet. Have a good rest, mate. Glad that you'd checked by. We'll see each other next week, latest. Yeah, we gotta make some lockpicks, that's true. There are several areas of this house that we can't access here. And I'm telling you guys one good thing. There's a very high likelihood that the Easter days will have an extra package of Mage Dude. Because when I'm home alone, you know, I have more time for streaming. My social capacities are not used up by my family. Don't get me wrong. But jokes aside, I like to have some company, especially when I'm all at home alone the whole day. It's a very good pseudo-social activity. And I gotta say, over the years, you guys, I got used to you. Paperboy, recently Ale, you joined the crowd. You're really a very welcome point here. Poet, he has sadly left already. A couple of them aren't around anymore, coming back and forth. Seriously, we turned into a real community here. So, I decided tonight I'd up the all iconic. So. Damn, I should really sleep more. Okay. But a screwdriver. Now, you can't really replace that quite easily. Beginner's Guide to Magic, we're already past that. But maybe Mage Dude can use a screwdriver at this point. Lemon lime soda. Taking care here. Barboot Hill. Taking care right now to just pick up with all the things that are useful and allocate them down there. Is this a real thing or is this an aluminum thing? Chunk of steel. This is a real Barboot helmet. Nice. Yep. With all the real good stats. The rest ain't that good. And the pike. Scrap metal. Not the real deal. We could stab those plastic golems with it though. Yeah, I'm the typical lurker too. Typically misunderstood by most people and always feeling like the odd spot in a community. If you know that feeling, you're welcome at my place. And have a stay and listen. All right, let's pick up a couple of crafting materials. Sinew. How the hell did that? Huh. Mage Dude doesn't say no to alchemical substances. Crystal cream. Oh, that's a Drinking glass. Ooh, well, a sherry. Yeah, so, you know, he's not called the mage dude for no reason. Slurp. Well. Feeling lightheaded. Let's quickly have a lemon lime soda back after that because all the sherry has made us so thirsty. Well, the booze is just a fluff element here. Also, I want to experiment in all seriousness in this run a little bit more with the impact of addictions and such, because with all that nonsense that I do, Mage Dude will eventually sit in the back of the room and have some withdrawals from time to time. But we all have to spend our time in the Cataclysm one way or another, you know. Damn, this place is gigantic. I feel like next room must be the kitchen. Next room must be the kitchen. Next room must be the kitchen. And it just doesn't stop, man. So, I decided that we're going to separate things a little bit here. That big, fat table here, we're going to use that for all the tailoring efforts. Because in all honesty, tailoring is its own bag of worms when it comes down to Cataclysm. The only thing I'm bothered is that my library is just lying around there, but at the end of the day, we're going to resolve that problem differently anyways one day. Not the first aid kit box. We put sinews in it. This ain't first aid. Let's get rid of that before we put anything else gross in it. Well, let's see the effects of Mage Dude at this point, because we are talking drugs right now. So he's on depressants, heavily. That must be the sherry. Alone. Pain. Oh well. But happy. Life is good. 2 hours ago, life turned good. I bet that's been the depressants. You know, sometimes in life you need a downer to be happy, or what's the idea behind that? Oh, well, to some degree I can't even relate to that. As somebody who's regularly suffering from a hyperactive mind, I can actually relate to that. Sometimes the problem is mainly that you can't stop. You know? What do we have here? I found a grimoire. I gotta say, that's pretty cool. So Mage Dude looketh and he findeth. What do we have here? Well, the fun part about me is I'm a very social person inside my own borders. I love company until I'm at my I'm at my capacity. Then I need a break. Problem is, I get to that capacity like after a third of the time that other people need. So I sit there 2/3 of the time in social events and feel miserable because I'm already way over my input capacity. Anyways, seeing the unseen. This is a very useful one. You gotta see those monsters before they rip you apart. Rupture. Now that sounds destructive. Internal hemorrhage. Dirty. Immensely gruesome and crude. It was once illegal worldwide. Domination. Undead creatures to obey your command. Sick shit. Sense outsiders. Nether monsters. Flesh warping. Ah, well. Carrion feast. Alter your digestive system to consume rotten food with no ill effects. Ugh. Sick. Mind crush. Directly assault the target's spirit. Does that work against Zeds? Nobody knows. Sir Simon, hey there. Long time no see. Glad you're around, mate. So, Animist and Biomancer. Okay. I'll be learning that Rupture thing. It's the very first thing, you know. Learning the spell will make you a Animist and lock you out of Magus. Oh no, I need to choose? Nobody told me that I have to choose. Mage Dude is now going to be in an internal crisis. So does that mean that flesh warping does the same thing? Locks me into biomancy and locks me out of other things? Incessantly he went through the pages. Yep. Locks me out of druid. So it looks like Magiclysm gives you paths that lock out one another. Okay. Well, problem is, I'm lacking the overview to know what options we got, and in this scenario, we're not going to choose blindly. We're going to wrap up a jam sandwich, gobble it down, and you know, think about it. What we're going to do. Drink some fresh water for a change. Jeez, this guy's thirsty. He drank 8 rations of water. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens if you... I don't know how much sherry he downed. He's sobering up now. Well, Animist doesn't sound like Druid. It is more like forcing things to do your bidding. Well, we're not going to nail ourselves down as of yet. We are going to put that grimoire into our secret hobo hideout. Because it's time to sleep anyways. The idea here is that I don't want to lock him into a certain direction before we know what kind of directions exist. So I at least want to find a second book of magic before we decide to lock ourselves out. I feel like the locking myself out of the mage direction sounds awfully wrong for this character. You see? Oh boy, that's a lot of liquids. Hell yeah. So after a long, exhausting day, it's time to get ourselves some rebuttal. There we go. So we are going to go and store that grimoire right here at our sleeping spot. The druid was excluded when we were starting to learn a biomancer spell, because as it stands, the biomancer seems to contradict the druid, and the animist seems to contradict the mage. I assume that animists are supposed to be more like primal spellcasters, and I totally don't see don't see Mage Dude like somebody who would be turning down the hermetical path. You know, real magic, dude. Not animal magic. So, just a roleplay decision. It would be cool if we just would have had an easy fix to this problem now, but this ain't it. So we got a very, very big boatload of textiles that we can work with. The biggest challenge will be at this point of the game to get the tools together to do the actual tailoring. It's always the more challenging part. Alright, let's go upstairs. Let's see what my property can offer up here. I gotta say, the idea of having an entire mansion at my disposal is really pretty cool. So... Ooh! Books that we don't have yet. Look at that! I found another magic book. They seem to be hidden between those, and being blue, I might have overlooked a couple of them already. Freshen up. So, cleans your teeth, sweetens your breath, removes stains and sweat from your clothes, exfoliates you, and gives volume back to your hair. God damn it, I need this spell. Not Mage Dude, me personally. Seriously. That's some groundbreaking stuff. Sorcerer's Hand. Alright. Just some baseline telekinesis things. Nothing too special. Tell you what, Mage Dude doesn't want to sleep today at the gas station. He's just going to, whoa, almost fall out of the window. Far out, dude. And closing the we can't sleep yet. I want closed windows. But these are all made in the way that they retain the center one open, or what is that? Look at that one. This is the private and cozy one. Yeah, cats. They move through the camera there. Yeah, the zombos definitely destroyed the curtains. I'm pretty sure about that, yeah. Yep, and we're saving the game before we sleep in. We totally do. Sleeping some hours in the Cataclysm. So time's going really slow here. Ooh, boy. Seems to be quite a lot of movement downstairs. Usually, when time freezes like that in this game, this is very, very clear sign that there's just a lot of enemy movement there. What's going on there? Talking to your friends for hours while having a couple of drinks. Just good times until you wake up alone and sober. So Mage Dude seems to be feeling problems. So what do we have proficiency-wise? Canine anatomy. Netherium abominations. Okay, should know about that, I guess. Principles of biology. Principles of zombie biology. That one he developed pretty far already. Alright. Well, there might be a couple of enemies still in the basement. I don't want it to fight anymore because my dude was very beaten up at that point. If we got some torso HP left at some point, we are going to go there. The Complete Guide to Fencing. Trigger happy, I know that one. Survival under atomic attack. Alright, let's pre-browse these. So they don't show up red anymore. Maximum damage. Biodiesel handbook. Sick stuff. Alright, I mean, so far, the closer examination of the mansion has shown quite some results. I mean, seriously. We found another book of magic. 2 of them, to be exact. And one of them actually brought the mage dude further. Gosh, that squeaky door scared the hell out of me just that very moment. Sometimes. My finger slipped, you know. I didn't want to open it. Technological progress of man. There's another one. I am finding magic. Speak through the ether. Technomancy. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best made simplistic horror games out there. If you start reading those texts, and I mean really reading texts in this game, it's really getting under your skin. I don't know. They have that certain gritty, gory thing that gets under my shell somehow. So that would make us Technomancer. We already just... Wait a sec. Technomancer ain't the same thing as a Biomancer, right? So let's see what that'll do. One of the most widely known pre-modern technomantic spells. This allows technomancers to communicate at a distance. Yeah, alright. I just want to know what technomancy excludes. So, locks you out of Earth Shapers. That's pretty tough. I mean, at one hand, Mage Dude certainly sounds like somebody who's enjoying his point of technomancy, but on the other hand, earth shaping sounds so much like a stoner thing. You know? Getting high and thinking about stones. Being a earth shaper. Being very stoned while doing this. I mean, that's the kind of humor of this guy. And being locked out of that, I don't know. We are going to think about that. Magic is a harsh mistress. She needs dedication. She forces you to take a side. A sewing kit. This, all of it. Cutting, fabric cutting, and sewing quality. Hell yeah. This is what armor is made out of, friends. This is progress. And there's a lawnmower, too. So I could be Lawnmower Man if I'd wanted to. If you catch the reference. You're old as me. There's a couple of doors here. Locked doors. So lockpicking definitely is on the list of things to do. That looks like a secret room to me as well. We have to check behind things and all. Building for beginners. I love how I find in these little corners and all those useful things. Okay. That's been so far really, really lucrative revisitation of this area. Very, very lucrative. Strong glue. I can't say no if there's a glue lying around. You know, glue is really one of those work materials that... Oh, there could be somebody in there. Okay, glue is really multifunctional and very, very, very valuable crafting material. I always take these adhesives when I find them, or however you pronounce that. Adhesives, I think it is. I should look it up. So, there's another freezer of food. Cardboard box with food. Does not fit into any box. There's a microwave, but they destroyed it. Flippin' zits. So I started my journey over here. Yep, full circle. Great. Okay, now then. Let's dump that into our kitchen resource corner. The secrets of the mansion are not uncovered yet. It remains a maniac mansion. I can do all these throwbacks the whole night, by the way. And, yeah. So we found quite a healthy amount of items. Still not a, multi-tool, but at least that sewing kit puts me into a new league of things we can do. So we're going to go and take now. Tell you what we're going to do. We are going to use Filtermancy. Pour fit. Whoosh. The whole flippin' pour fit section. Out of one of these, there's so much clothing in here. Seriously, that means we are really sitting at a huge pile of resources. We just need to get the basement cleared out. Okay, next step, we are going to go to one of these empty workstations. Oh no, there's a... Okay. It's a workplace with permanent fresh air. At least something. Okay, wool socks, yarn. This is a little bit of a ungrateful work, because we're now going to dismantle all this stuff, but we are going to get some really nice items out of that. T-shirt. Sweater. Lots of yarn. Relatable filters. Yeah, relatable filters. This one knows what it's doing. Alright. Now we are unthreading boxer briefs and socks and all those things. But that'll give me a working base to start making real armor eventually. Or some new post-apocalyptic drip? No, not post-apocalyptic. I mean, this would imply that the apocalypse would be in any term over. Look out there. Nothing is over. It's happening still. Alrighty. Now, that is, not much, but it's a start. Look at that. All the new things that we can make now. Metallic guy there. So happy to see you, mate. Okay. Let's go for something simple. Arm warmers. But in all honesty, before Mage Dude goes to work, he needs to have some refreshing pomegranate cheese. Seriously, and a pickle. Definitely a pickle. Bacon. Fruit leathers. I think that should do the trick. You need to be healthy and all to do your work, right? Okay, nice. Arm warmers. Why not? Cotton sheets. Thread. And just with a couple of hours work, we are now at a point where we can just do happily or tailoring. I'm not going to go for the arm warmers because I feel like my man is already well geared out in terms of warmth. Let's see. Let's go through the unimportant tailoring things next. Cloak. Hell yeah. I need to do this. Mage Dude sees the opportunity to have a cloak. He sees he has no cloak yet. Is there anything else we need to say? Lo and behold! All heroes wear capes, you see. Another reference. A modern one, though. Yeah, mage robes, definitely. Capes are essential, but I mean, a robe and a cape, that's basically mage overkill, and, you know, there's no kill like overkill. Okay, Chinese dresses, not so much. Sundress, tunic, hijab. I mean, so only the headscarf, okay. I was considering that we could just wear a burqa and call it a day. There, robes. But yeah, that ain't too magey, isn't it? Sundress as a robe, yeah. Light and breezy cotton dress. Tell you what, it's tailoring 3, and we need an afternoon project. I know that Mage Dude is already a little bit weary and all, but he's gonna get through it. Sundress. Wasn't my idea with the sundress. I like the idea, though. So, let's see. Bacon is life cap. It's basically my mage hat. Boots. Well, cloak. Hot boxer briefs. I'm wearing my heart... No. Jeans. Light gloves. Makeshift poncho. Red hoodie. Well, one might argue that the red hoodie is not so compatible with the sundress, but I'd say you don't know what you're talking about. So we're going to follow this madness. Let's see, tailoring, level 4, excellent. Time for some food. Time for dinner. Time for some V8, whatever that might be. And some barley wine. And some clean water. Closing out the day with the best thing that mages can get themselves, bacon. Yeah, we are we are working on our archmage hood. The clothing is getting there, right? So, let's see. Obviously the materials at my disposal are not fulfilling my tailoring 4 needs anymore. We're needing more than that. And I need an all for that. Yeah, that's equality all. Tailor's kit. I need a soldering iron. These are acquirable. Office scissors, Kevlar sheets, knitting needles, steel sewing awl, curved needle. It's the big brother of the one that I got. Own sewing awl. A filing tool. Didn't I find sandpaper somewhere? Pretty sure I did. Sand leather. There was sandpaper, and my hyper focus knows where. Just need to go upstairs and look in there. Doesn't have that fighting qualities. Yes. Look there. Easy. Who needs organizing systems when you have a hyper-attentive brain? Okay. Let's see. Whoop. 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 We can't make that. Let's make that. I mean, hopefully we get that done during this day. Boom. There we go, man. Nice. This is already the better tool of both. The quality of 2. Which means we should be able to make some stuff that we weren't able to make before. Not that many things, though. Yeah, Kevlar shears. Oh, I read Kevlar sheets, not shears. Oh, damn. That sounds indeed like a royal pain in the rear to acquire. So, I don't have the capability to dismantle neoprene. We can't reuse neoprene. Is that it? Okay. What a tragedy. So, Mage Dude went forth and dismantled more clothing. Only the poor-fitting clothing. Just keep him busy for the remainder of the evening. He's like a vampire now. Count every thread. Okay. Time to sleep. With the basement not being safe, we are going to go back to our cozy place there. Okay. Yeah, Slowpoke sleeping here again. Oh boy, and now the tiredness kicks in. You always gotta pay the price eventually. There's a nagging discomfort. I know that feeling. But I gotta say, dude's looking lit. Oops. We're getting at least closer bit by bit to our goals. So here's another thing that I wanted to do. We are going to activate, no, take down the brazier. There we go. Hell yeah. With that brazier, we can do a fine cookery. But, I hope that the brazier is going to be a controlled source of fire. Okay, time to finally get ourselves the zones manager going. Add something with fire. Source firewood. That's it. Boom. Not needing more than that for the time being. So now we can't just drop everything that we want to designate as tinder in there. But for the time being, we are going to remove the poor fit clothing and do the dismantling at a different day. And I want to see. There's a stick. We can now run around and drop a couple of sticks in there. This ain't efficient, but it's a start of a budget, you see. Let's run around and get ourselves some sticks. Put them into the kitchen where we are putting up a cooking basis. Yeah, there's plenty of sources for wood. Currently, I want to just go for the vandalized parts of the building, so to speak. Basically, if the zombos already wrecked the whole place, we might as well take the firewood there, splintered wood, planks, wooden panels. That's the stuff. I mean, eventually when we got inventory sorting running, this stuff will be sorted there automatically, more or less. But, yeah, we ain't there yet. I'm really enjoying this slow burn here. Dropping more sheets there. Well, you're right about the sticks so far as they are rare-ish. Let's see. Planks are, in my opinion, the best tinder material. Because you can get them in ubiquitous amounts. But I do believe that we're going to get enough sticks if we want them. From the houses around in the neighborhood. Let's just dump a couple of planks over there. That'll do the trick. So Mage Dude can finally have a warm meal. Like a civilized mage. So, wooden panel. Yay! That's its own animation! Look at it! You can't see it! You blind now. I love this tile set. When I started out with this game, they weren't able to do this. Nice. That's evolution, man. It's great. Okay. So let's see. Start a fire. I increased survival even out of that. Awesome. And let's do the most important magic. Make a cup of coffee. Pour into container, not onto the ground. Who does that anyways? Take the glass jar. Well, let's see. No! Coffee mug! There we go! And finally start this day like a civilized person. Hey, where's my coffee? Oh, does the game... do they do it again, huh? Where's my coffee? I find that really weird. Sometimes the game does that. This is happening because the coffee mugs are somewhere around the counters, and there's now on some of these counters, maybe even on the one next to me already, the coffee. Indoor barbecues is a great idea. I hear you, man. Let's have a boiled potato. Civilization coming back to us with boiled potatoes and low-grade meth. Let's take out the fire. I just wanted to try on out if I'm going to kill myself and set this house on fire with that brazier. Good news, the answer is no. Righty. Now, let's go and get ourselves some pool water. Because pool water is cool water. Well, maybe I'm giving up on this. So we can make now clean water. But we could as well use those water purification tablets for that. If I remember correctly, this is now a crafting recipe in it. Clean water. Yeah. Water purifiers there, just not around there. Anyways, here, water. I'm too stupid to write water. There, water purifying. Let's make that a bit. So there's a gallon jug. There we go. Now we have purifying water in our backpack. It's pretty good. It's gonna be used later. So good friends, as much as I want to stay longer, I need to lock myself out for today. I'm not feeling like I can go on that pace. I feel like I had a great time though. Sorry for the short stream though, but I'm just a little bit tired. So we are going to be seeing each other, I think, during the next days, at least once again. I'll keep you all posted on Discord, yeah. So have a nice time, everybody. I'll be not nailing anybody else down who's needing some sleep as well, right, El? And you guys stay posted. Next couple of days I'll be around.